Welcome to another episode of So You Think You Know Westerville. I'm standing behind the Hanby house, which is known for being the home of Benjamin Hanby. Hanby wrote a song called Darling Nellie Gray, which was very popular and described the heartbreak of slavery. But there are other stories about the Hanby house that are lesser known but just as fascinating. The family to live in the Hanby house the longest was actually not the Hanby family, but the Fouse family. Squire Fouse bought the house in 1889, almost 20 years after the Hanbys lived here. Squire Fouse moved it from its original location on the corner of Grove and Main Streets to his own lot on West Home Street, where the Fouses had been living in a small 3-room cottage. Squire had been enslaved and couldn't read or write, but was a firm believer in education, according to his obituary. One of his sons, William, lived and studied in these rooms while he was a student at Otterbein, and Squire also opened the house up as a boarding house for other Otterbein students. After Squire's death in 1909, he left the house to his second wife, Martha. 4 years later, she made a unique agreement with a man named Elmer Washington Bryant Curry. Curry was the founder of the Curry Normal and Industrial Institute in Urbana, Ohio, which was a school for black students. It offered classes in all kinds of subjects like nursing, domestic science, philosophy, arts, gardening, cement and paving, and printing. People at the time compared it to the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama. One of the ways that Curry funded the school was through gifts from generous donors. Martha transferred the house and the property to Curry on the condition that she would still be allowed to live in the house. The school would provide her with $2 a month for the remainder of her life, and it would also provide for her clothing and medical expenses. Other sources from the time talk about a $2,000 scholarship that was a gift from Martha Fouse, and maybe the agreement with the house had something to do with that scholarship. In 1918, the Curry Institute deeded the property back to Martha, who sold it a month later. We're not sure why they made this agreement in the first place or why it came to an end. The spirit of the Hanby house's close connections to black education was perhaps best captured by William Fouse, who went on to become Otterbein's first black graduate, and he also later became the principal of an all-black high school in Lexington, Kentucky. When Fouse became involved in local efforts to preserve the house, he would constantly remind people that his own family also had lived there. He called it the Ben Hanby spirit. He explained that, quote, the Hanby home was a place of refuge for protection for the Negro, and that when people give African Americans opportunities, they succeed. He pointed to himself and his own family as living proof, and the Hanby house stands as a testament to that legacy today.